Fahami. Greetings, salam. Today is December 25th. What we know as Christmas. And I would like to share with you what the Fahami taught the prophet of Amun-Ra and the culture prophet, the Honorable Paul Nathaniel Johnson, taught about today, December 25th, or what the Europeans in the European and Greek culture is known as Christmas. So today I just would like to share that with you, what he taught regarding what today is in our Fahami culture of ancient time and in the modern time and the near future and the future. And this is what he said. December 25th, Isis or Isis. He spelled it in a different way than that we know. Right now we call our divine goddess Isis, I-S, or the Greeks call her I-S-I-S. But the Fahami uses a different name, the one that was revealed to him, which is Isis, is H-E-S-S-I-S, Isis. December 25th, Isis, Tree Festival of Eternal Life, Our Lady of Eternal Life. So today is our divine holiday where we are celebrating our divine universal mother goddess Isis. Isis Tree Festival of Eternal Life, Our Lady of Eternal Life. Our Lady of Eternal Life is Isis, H-E-S-S-I-S, called Isis by the Greek culture. In our ancient Kemetic culture, when the moon was personified, it was called the Virgin Mother of the Sun, S-U-N, or God, G-O-D. And her name is Isis, H-E-S-S-I-S, or Aset. We know her as Aset. The sun, the S-U-N, the moon, and the earth are the generative powers of nature. God is internal, which means the sun, S-U-N, is internal. The Isis or Isis tree or the tamarisk palms and evergreens, called Christmas trees by some people, are the holy emblems of the soul. The Fahami said the Isis tree or the tamarisk palms, P-A-L-M-S, palms and evergreens, called Christmas trees by some people, are the holy emblems of the soul. The life, which is the energy within, the life internal, the ethereal, that indwelling life which was given by the Most High God, Ra, the angel of the sun, to Osir, or Hissiri, H-E-S-S-I-R-I, Asar, Osiris or Aman, the spirit of blessings, and brought forth by Isis, the angel of all life, the universal Mother Divine. That is, the moon and sun are expelling energy everywhere at the same time, on time, godlike gods and goddesses. Divine means like God, and forever turning, internal, which is internal, forever turning. Mert Horiti, called Hathor by the Greek culture, is the sister of Isis. She is the stars personified. She is the sister of the moon. Mert Horiti aids in the resurrection of the dead earth at the vernal equinox, in the redemption of vegetation. So, the sun, moon, and stars are working in harmony at this time, today, December 25th, to recharge everything on earth with fresh energies to be able to meet the requirements of the coming year. Hisiri, Isis, and Mert Horiti is the sun, moon, star personified. They are our noble ancestors. End quote. So today, December 25th, in our Fahami culture, is the Isis tree festival of internal life, Our Lady of Internal Life. Okay? And so in a way, that's what he said. The Fahami says the Isis tree, or the tamarisk palms, or the evergreens, which are called Christmas trees by some people, are the holy emblems of the soul, the life, the energy within, the life eternal, the ethereal. See? The indwelling life which was given by the Most High God to Osar, the spirit of blessings, and brought forth by Isis, the angel of all life, the universal Mother Divine. That is the moon, and sun are expelling energy everywhere at the same time, on time, godlike gods and goddesses. Okay? And he goes to say divine means like God, G-O-D, forever turning, internal, forever turning, internal. Mert Horiti, or called Hathor by Greek culture, is the sister of Isis. She's the star personified. She's the sister of the moon. Mert Horiti aids in the resurrection of the dead earth at the vernal equinox, in the redemption of vegetation. And another, he gave an explanation. He said the sun, okay, the sun impregnating the moon is the symbol of the Virgin Mother, the earth begetting offspring without the agency of sex. The sun and moon in eclipse, that is, the bringing of life out of the dead earth, or giving life to the dead. Okay, so the sun impregnating the moon is the symbol of the Virgin Mother, the earth begetting offspring without the agency of sex, the virgin birth. He's breaking down what the virgin birth means. Okay, the virgin birth means is when the sun impregnating the moon is the symbol of the Virgin Mother, the earth begetting offspring without the agency of sex. That is, the bringing of life out of the dead earth, or giving life to the dead. Okay? It says thoughts and Mert Horuti, which is Hathor. Thought and Mert Horuti or Hathor solved the mysteries of life. That is, they learned and taught that the sun and moon are the principal factors in the generated powers of the earth. In the Holy Fahmi Gospel, he gave an explanation right here. Everybody knows about this picture. So he said, the man in the sun. See, the man in the sun, his wife is the woman in the moon. The sun, the S-U-N, is the son, the S-O-N of God or Allah. Okay? The sun, the S-U-N, is the S-O-N, son of Allah or God. Osiris, Atum, Isha are names of the sun, the S-U-N. He said Osiris, Atum, Aman, Amen, or are names of the sun, S-U-N. The new or crescent moon is his rib, from which was made Isis, Eve, and Aisha. Okay? So Isis or Eve, or Aisha, or the new or crescent moon is his rib, from which was made the moon, from the sun. Okay? This familiar picture, which is right here, he taught, the Holy Fahmi taught back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s, the familiar picture seen in Almanac is a picture of the idea. Is the picture of the idea of sun, S-U-N, the sun being God, the great man above. Okay? Is a picture of the idea of sun being God, the great man above. Virgo, the virgin, is the woman from his rib or belly, a symbol of the moon personified. They beget children, which is vegetation. Okay? They beget children or vegetation without the agency of sex. Virgin birth, see? Without the agency of sex. So they're talking about the sun and the moon begetting, having children, begets children or vegetation without the agency of sex. Okay? The sun, S-U-N, is the father of women as well as man. The earth also is a quote-unquote virgin. Okay? The earth also is a quote-unquote virgin. So I just would like to share with you today's, the holy day, December 25th, is our Hissus festival of internal life. So in this day, we remember our Divine Mother, as says, Hissus, or the Christian call her Mariam, Mariam, but in our ancient time we call her Hissus, or the Greeks call her Isis. This is the day we remember her. I wish you, and before I go, I would like to share this with you. In one of his chapter, he wrote, "We are the ancients." He said, "We are the ancients, just as the sun calls forth life out of the dead earth of spring and winter, just so may we indeed call forth the spirit of our ancestors from this very soil here beneath our feet." Okay? He said, just as the sun calls forth life out of the dead earth of spring and winter, just so may we indeed call forth the spirits of our ancestors from this very soil here beneath our feet. So with that, I will leave you just to think about it and meditate on it. Um, and we call our beloved ancestor and divine and universal mother, Isis, to come to help us in our struggle and in our resurrection, and coming into maturity, and and uplifting and healing the earth, spiritually and physically. With that, I wish you a holy and holy day of meditation, peace, joy, and gladness, and may you and your beloved have a wonderful holiday. Fahami and salam to all. Fahami, greetings, Fahami, salam. This is your brother Rahotep from Ethiopia, now living in St. Louis, Missouri. I am making this video in request for some of the people that have been, viewing my videos, my past videos, and they asked me a question: would you please speak on some of the spiritual experiences, and basically they just want me to talk about the experiences of the Fahami, the Honorable Paul Nathaniel Johnson, and I'm making this video to answer to address some of that question. Well, in his in the Holy Fahami Gospel or Divine Understanding, the Honorable Paul Nathaniel Johnson, the Fahami prophet of Amun-Ra, wrote on chapter 9, the prophet of Amun-Ra, my spiritual contacts, and he gave his spiritual experiences and his spiritual contacts. On the other book he wrote, in his teaching called Change Gods, there is a chapter explaining what is soul power. What is soul power? And I'm gonna read. Before I read his spiritual contacts, I'm gonna read this. Then I'll read some of his spiritual contacts. You can hear it from his own words. So, in the soul power, he wrote, souls are allowed a freedom in barzakh to visit other souls and impart to them signs of future things. This is often done by a touch, or by dreams, or by visions. Many of the souls of the dead can descend to earth as guardians of the living. The soul in the body has the same power to know the future of events and to announce them, but the freed soul has greater powers. This mystic powers of the soul of man, living or dead, is most powerful. It can shrink into a mere spark or ray of light or it can enlarge itself to the size of a giant. It can float along the sun and the moon beams and on up to them, or it can stand up on earth or sea and extend its hands to the moon and touch it with its fingertips. It sinks into the earth as easily as it sinks into water. According to its power, it may have dominion over many things, animate or inanimate. And a number of these souls working together can change the course of human events. Adepts use the astral call bell. Then they communicate with each other by force of thought or by the sending of thoughts through space. Belief in the occultism or the unseen powers is the key to wisdom and understanding. So, now I'm going to go ahead and read his spiritual contact. The Prophet of Amun-Ra, my spiritual contacts. I, Paul Nathaniel Johnson, do declare I have met and talked with, in visions and dreams, some of the saviors of the world, whom people supposed to be dead. I have met and talked with Muhammad, the Master Prophet, Jesus of Nazareth, Saint John, and one other disciple of Jesus, and Ahmad of India, founder of the Ahmadis, and angels from two of the other worlds have visited me. They were from Venus and Mercury, the third and second heavens, and some of the saints of old. As one who was a disciple of Ahmed told me, and many others told me substantially the same thing. This, quote, you people will have to find your own gods in religion, quote, end quote. I sought and I found, and now I understand. Yes, many of my detractors will yell humbug, fake, demented, bizarre, etc. But let them beware the wars of the gods. I have also talked with the spirit of Theodore Roosevelt, who wanted to teach me some things, and with two great Arabs, one a mathematician and the other a man of medicine, and have seen the spirit of Isis of Egypt. Therefore, we Fahamis respect all of the saints, saviors, and prophets of the world, and all holy books, and all religions, and all gods and goddesses. Have also had a spiritual conversation with a famous Nugus. Have a spiritual conversation with a famous Nugus. The caricatures and so-called pictures and cartoons of the so-called gods and goddesses are merely the pictures of ideas and not the picture nor the sculptures of the gods, saints, and goddesses. All are from God, and to him all must return. Ra Razul. So, this was his experience, and he made sure and he wrote it in the Holy Fahmi Gospel of Divine Understanding, and on the chapter 9 he wrote his spiritual contacts. You see, you have to keep in mind, my people, he was saying this back in 1919, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, you see, and not a lot of people understood him, you see. That's what you say. People call him crazy, demented, you know. How do you speak with somebody who's dead, you know? You see? See, now, it might not be, you know, it's not that strange because we have teachings, masters around the world, teaching methods. And there is a method, my people. And I can even show you people right now living who have spiritual conversation with the saints, with Jesus, with Jesus, with the masters, all the ancient masters, the old masters. And there is a way and there is a method where you can do that. And there are masters right now, 2013, going to 2014, who can do this around the world. Saints, you see. You see? Holy people, holy men, masters, whether they are in India, whether they are in Ethiopia, whether they are in South America, they are out there. And there is a definite method. It's called the sound and the light. Only those masters can initiate you. And there is, yes, true, you can definitely speak and have spiritual contact with the masters of old, the ancient time, and even the present time too. When the Fahami Razul said, he said, he also had a spiritual conversation with a famous Nugus. Nugus is an Ethiopian word for king, a famous king, you know. And I know I asked the elders if that famous king was His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, you know, the last emperor of Ethiopia, a very, very highly evolved soul, spiritual master. You know, and the Fahami Rasul even talks about his Emperor Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, highly. He said he's a mystic. You see? A mystic, a spiritual master who I know some even claim in Ethiopia, you know, and some knows the secrets that this man was a spiritual master, you know, and he still lives. So when the Fahami was saying this, I know a lot of people at that time. You have to keep in mind that was in 1920s, 1930s, depression in the United States. You know, there was no Dr. Ben at that time. There was no all of this, you know, master teachers, you know, teaching about Egypt right now. Kemet. So he was saying this. He was teaching this back in the days, and that's why a lot of people could not understand them back then. You see? Think about it. When the Fahami was teaching, God is here to serve man, and man is here to serve God, and they both are partners. You see? So that's why he says, I know a lot of people misunderstood him. And that's why I heard the elders tell me that he was in need of the money. He needed money to publish his paper, but nobody was supporting him. So that's why he only had 9 chapters in his Holy Fahami Gospels, and he really wanted to publish more, but the people would not support him or never give him the finance to support him. Anyway, you see, in here he said, in one of his revelation, he said, a wise angel told me in a vision, you people will have to find your own gods in Salam. Our soul is lost, and we will have to find it. See, our soul is lost, and we will have to find it. It is already saved. A race has a soul just as a person has a soul. Our soul is saved, but it is lost to us, and we must find it. It is the collective spirit power of the race. Our soul will be found through realization of self. See, he was pointing the way to realization of self. You know, he say a race has a soul just as a person has a soul. Our soul is saved, but it is lost to us, and we must find it. It is the collective spirit power of the race. Our soul will be found through realization of self. Okay? I know he's saying a lot. In one paragraph, in one sentence, he is loading volumes and volumes of information. So we have to find out what does it mean, realization of self, and we need to start studying. And when you start comparing and studying masters from all over the world, they all say realization, self-realization, and we need to study that. And anyway, I hope this video helps answer. This video, I dedicate this video to my good sister and good friend, and a beautiful soul, Sister Deborah. Peace and blessing, Fahami. I hope this answer your questions, and please give me email me if you have any more questions you want me to address about the Fahami and his teachings. But in the meantime, and inshallah, with God's permission, approval, I will provide more information about the Fahami and his mission. Fahami above all. Salam.